What's up, Betting Edge Wizards? It's time for a very intriguing Inside the Lines. The Houston Texans odds to win the Super Bowl. Earlier today, I talked with WagerWeb.com head odds maker Dave Johnson, a great guy. We talked about the Houston Texans' future odds, their odds to win the Super Bowl, and how they will be affected by Matt Stump the Schwab's injury. Let's take a look at the history of the line right now. Starting on February 7th of 2011, the opener after the Super Bowl of last year, Texans were plus 3,000 or 30-1. Then September 7th, the arrow goes down. Texans plus 2,000 or 20-1. Line drops after the Texans go 3-1 in the preseason. September 14th, Texans 10-1. Line drops again after a 34-7 opening rout of the hapless Colts. Who knew that? September 21st, Texans 7.5-1. Line drops again after a convincing 23-13 win over the Finns. Bettors wonder, are the Texans for real? September 28th, 10-1. Line goes up a little bit after the 40-33 loss to the Saints, who are obviously a very good football team. October 5th, arrow goes down again. Texans 8-1. Line drops with the solid win over the Steelers. The defense, for the first time, seems to be the difference for the Texans. Playoff talk starts to heat up as well. October 12th, arrow goes up. Texans 12-1. Line goes back up again after the ugly 25-20 loss to the Raiders. But you got to keep in mind, this was the Al Davis Memorial Game right after he'd passed away. You knew the Raiders were going to be fired up. October 19th, arrow goes up, 20-1. Line up even more after the beatdown at the hand of the Ravens. That ugly 29-14 loss bumped the odds to 20-1, as I mentioned. That's $100 to win $2,000. Then on October 26th, 16-1. Line drops after the 41-7 ass whooping of the Titans. November 2nd, 15-1. The line drops again after the 24-14 win over the Jaguars. And then November 9th, arrow goes down again, 10-1. Line drops for the third straight week after the third straight win for Houston. The 30-12 dominating win over Cleveland has the betting public impressed. November 16th, is the arrow going to go up or down? We will know soon enough. Normally, with the huge win this past week over the Bucs, 37-9, I handicap the odds to be as low as plus 500 or 5-1, which would be the lowest all season. But, and this is a huge but.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big.
How does the Matt Schaub injury affect this line? The guess here at the Betting Edge is that the injury is so devastating to this team, now that Matt Leinart's going to start for them, has learned to pass since 2009, that the odds will actually go back up rather than drop. To find out for sure, we went back to Dave Johnson, right to the horse's mouth, the head odds maker at WagerWeb.com, to get an inside peek before the odds are released on Wednesday. Here's what he had to say. The Texans have hit a terrible bump in the road. To acclimate a new quarterback this close to the postseason will be very tough. Teams normally like to head into the postseason on a roll, and that may not be possible with the current situation. Matt Leinart has never thrown a pass in a Texans uniform, but he has been learning their system for 2 years. Regardless, it will be an adjustment. The defense underweight Phillips has improved and is currently ranked number 1 in yards allowed per game in the entire NFL. Who knew? That will be big for them as they try to remain competitive. The future odds of the Texans would have been plus 500 this week, but as a result of the injury, we're going to post them at plus 1,200 in order to encourage some Houston money before Leinart plays his first game. Well, there you have it. Houston Texans, best record in the AFC right now. Been playing some great football all season long. They go into a bye. Andre Johnson, close to 100%, will come back in Week 12. Well, for the Betting Edge, I'm Dan the Man. Until next time, believe in the dream. And don't forget to sign up for Insider now. Get all the 2-star free plays all season long. No charge whatsoever.